say good afternoon, good morning, good night, depending on where you're tuning in from. My name is Nipun, and this is the Eurocast prime time edition. I don't know what episode, but Holland have just beaten Turkey 2-1 in the dying minutes. England just doing England things, surprising us, going into extra time and penalties. Well, we weren't really surprised, were we?
I mean, I will say two out of the four results, at least I got them right. Yep. I perfectly predicted the penalty results. That's the other ones we won't talk about. But
I predicted Spain would go through on extra time, and I predicted France would win on penalties.
Well, Netherlands was going great for me before Netherlands decided to come back. But there you go.
You have no idea how much I want to knock Holland out in the semis. I'll tell you the reason why in the WhatsApp.
I would love. I despise most of their team.
Why don't you tell us on here? What do you mean?
It's probably a naughty reason. That's probably why.
It's something I don't want to go into on Twitter. Yeah, it's a. Just check your WhatsApp and you'll know why. And that guy's Dutch, by the way. Just check your WhatsApp. Have you seen it?
Okay. Yeah.
Now you see how much. Yeah,
I mean, that I've got much more reason to dislike the Dutch, but
that's one of them for me.
Wait, that one person.
Wait, you dislike them more than you dislike the Germans?
No. I mean, I don't. Apart from the very historic reason of disliking Germany, I don't actually mind Germany that much. I'm not really too bothered with them that much.
So why do you hate the Dutch? This is new from me.
I just nearly every Dutch person that I've met, I just find are the most arrogant tossers ever. I don't think I've met one Dutch person that's not been an arrogant tosser. And this is with some background. My girlfriend's from Belgium, so I am used to speaking to a lot of Dutch people, and just the difference between Belgium and Dutch. And there is a problem where,
well, they speak the same language.
Well, yes, but there's a problem with
in Belgium too.
Yes, but there's a problem of if you're from Belgium, you're not proper Dutch. It's almost like a pure blood thing, like with Harry Potter, mud blood.
Yeah.
It's that type of thing. It's like it's almost that classism. I don't like it. I don't like the Dutch. That's why I don't like that Max Verstappen. Don't like the Dutch national team. Not really any Dutch person that I particularly enjoy.
So wait, say if a Dutchman signed for Chelsea, how would you react?
Depends on who it is, I guess.
Xavi Simons.
I don't know. I don't think he's that great a player, so just see how he does, but I wouldn't be bothered.
He was anonymous again tonight.
It always is. I'd say Wout Weghorst come off the bench.
So let's talk about the two. Let's always, like yesterday, let's end with England because that's what riles us the most. So let's start with Germany versus Spain. Who was the only person that predicted the correct result, the correct score?
I predicted 2-1, didn't I?
Did you predict 2-1 or 3-2?
Yeah, Lippin.
Oh no, I predicted 3-2. Sorry, no, yeah, I did. So
you all still got the same result.
You predicted. Wait, did you predict 3-2 after extra time or normal time?
No, I think I did it in normal time, but that's irrelevant. I still got the scoreline wrong, but I got the winner right.
Yeah, you. I mean, scorelines are very hard to get right, to be honest. But if you got the result right, so that's mad.
Yeah.
I mean, I can come and eat humble pie. Spain did. Spain did good. Spain did good. I don't think either were at their best in that game. And if I'm honest, I keep looking at every team. I'm not impressed really by anyone, particularly like, oh my god, this team's amazing. Even Spain, even Germany's. I mean, England are terrible, so there's still a big gap between us. But I don't think any team has really shined consistently.
Say it quietly. Musiala was not that good.
I'll say something else quietly later.
Go on.
A specific three-worded sentence. But we'll save that for the end of the stream.
Oh my goodness!
29 who scored for us in a Champions
We'll
League
save it for the end of the
So
stream.
basically, so no, I think Spain was good value for the win personally. But I don't know. Germany wasn't at the best. I think Spain was slightly better. I didn't expect it to. It did look like it was going to penalties, of course. Obviously, Spain scoring last minute, but yeah, no, Spain. I'm happy that Spain are through. I like Spain.
Yeah, I'm glad Spain are through as well. But I don't know who should fear more if we reach the finals, Spain or France.
Spain. What?
If we reach the finals.
Who do I want to face? What was the question? I couldn't hear.
Who should we fear more if we beat Holland in the next round?
Spain.
France or Spain?
On form, Spain, but it would just be the most hilarious thing if France and England, who have just been woeful, both get to the final, and then it's the battle of who can shit house the final.
Yeah, I was going to penalties. If that happened. Yeah,
it almost. Do you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Portugal 2016. Portugal were terrible for most of the tournament. I mean, didn't they like draw every group stage game but still get through?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're right.
It's like it just reminds me of another one of them. It's like one of us or France is going to win it by shit ass in the whole tournament.
Despite neither of us being anywhere near good enough.
I'm not saying it would happen. It just would be hilarious, and I don't want to lie. It probably would be a little bit of a disdain on European football if that did happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I think. Well, I think to be honest, we don't. Fearing the opponent, we have to fear ourselves because we're terrible. So, yeah, I don't know, but I think Spain are going to win the Euros. Personally, I've said it for ages now.
I always said whoever wins that Spain-Germany game, in my opinion, will win the whole damn thing.
I think they're definitely favourites. I think now, but we'll see. We'll see when it matters whether they can pick up.
Yeah. So now moving on from two quality teams to two absolutely boring teams. France versus Portugal.
Do we have to? There's nothing to say about this game. It was so bad, honestly.
I mean, I fully just turned this game not off, but it was literally on a phone in the background while I was watching a Netflix film.
Apparently, generational Mbappe was meant to explode on this tournament, and yet Jude Bellingham overrated. He's got more goals than Mbappe in this tournament.
Mate, you got arguably two of the best players on the planet, or at least in Europe, Ronaldo and Mbappe. And both of them just stunk this tournament out.
Yeah, and But for me, I think France got very lucky. I thought Portugal was slightly the better team, if I'm honest with you. But obviously, yeah, penalties is a lottery. But no, I think France were very lucky. I think Portugal did deserve it a bit more than France. But yeah.
As I said, France were very lucky against Belgium. France were very lucky against Portugal. You can't. Unfortunately, you can shithouse things, but you can't ride your luck too much. I mean, at least with England, we seem to have a bit of fight to get out of situations. But the French are just they're almost just stumbling over the finish line. Where at least we can see and then do something.
No, we're stumbling as well, and we've been very.
But we're stumbling with a bit of fight and passion. They're just some limp kind of thing, just very much stumbling over and just barely falling over. I mean, they just look. Oh, it's just. I mean, the fact that they're just. It's not. Have they scored an open play goal yet? I think it's literally just been penalties and own goals. That's just dreadful.
Yeah, true.
So, I don't know if I have to even ask this question, but are you all still Southgate out? Because I am.
Yes, Nip, and I am. I'm not going to flip-flop. I am Southgate out, no matter what. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too. I'm Southgate out.
I mean, I'm even worse at the point of I'm happy to sack Southgate now and just get someone else in for the final 2 games. I'm at that point.
Like who? Jose Mourinho, who just went to Turkey.
Honestly, I don't care. Anyone
at this point. We're not bothered to. Anyone.
Pick John from the pub. I mean, there were people in the pub today that were saying very intelligent things while being 4 or 5 pints down, and yet Southgate can't figure these things out.
So yeah, it's shocking.
Does Southgate know that the fans hate him?
Oh, and I think he knows. He's known for a while.
He's been biting the fans for a while, so of course he knows. What did he say about the fans being overly critical?
If the fans hate him, why doesn't he just say, you know what? I'm not doing something right here. Let me change something around.
Too stubborn.
Too stubborn, too arrogant.
I know everything.
Nippin, just look back to Maurizio Sarri at Chelsea. Perfect example. Fans despise, a lot of the fans despise Sarri for a long time. Sarri knew that he was hated and just wouldn't change. It was like, screw it. I'm doing what I want to do. I don't give a shit what you think. And Southgate's doing the same, except at least Sarri won games a bit more.
That just stinks of arrogance.
But arguably to be a manager at the top level, you do have to have a bit of arrogance.
Do you think Pep's arrogant? Do you think Klopp is arrogant?
I think they are.
Klopp is on another world of arrogance. Arrogance isn't even the right word to.
They all are. Pep's
arrogant.
And yeah, for me.
Pep's a bit more. Almost, he's very calm. He doesn't really bite, and he's not.
I think he's arrogant, mate. Yeah, I think he's very self-entitled.
It's almost of a natural thing. It's a bit more slightly sarky, but not like kind of blindingly obvious. But the thing is, with Pep, he's one of the best managers in the world, and
it don't mean he should change. It doesn't mean you should be arrogant, though. I don't think anybody has a right to be arrogant over thinking anything else. You just got to do what you got to do. So I don't care what he's done, to be honest with you. I think don't give you a right to be arrogant. What's happening, you know? Yeah. I'm not. But yeah.
I mean, I don't know who you'd get for the final 2 games, but obviously, I mean. I'm at the point we know he's going to leave, so it's kind of like I'm not really that bothered as well at the same time.
Yeah, no, I think he will leave at the end, no matter what happens, to be honest with you. Yeah. He's been here 8 years, so I think he's had enough. You can tell he's had enough as well, the way he's biting at the media, being quite bitey with fans as well. He seems to realise that the fans are just not happy with him. So, but yeah, no. It's one of those.
I mean, it was a point. There was a fair few fans at the pub today that they were openly saying, "I'm happy to lose this game just so I don't have to watch Southgate again."
Yeah, I can understand
Like that is so. I'm not at that level yet. I would rather win this tournament, let Southgate have something and go out. But
the thing is, if that happens, though, the only thing that if that happens and then he goes, the fans that are saying, "Oh, the fans that love Southgate, which I don't think there's many of them, and then the fans that haven't really liked him and criticise him constantly, I think they'll just get, you know what I mean? People will just be like, "Oh, I told you, prove the point or whatever." But no, for me, it doesn't matter. If we win this tournament, it's not because of Southgate. It's in spite of him. Sorry, we got very lucky again today.
I mean, we've had so many better managers in the past that didn't win anything.
Yeah, no, I don't know how he keeps getting so much. How has he done it over the years? Where he's just got constant luck all the time. Seems like
one of my friends is a ardent Southgate lover. I'm pretty sure he has Southgate pictures in his bedroom. He's that much of a lover for Southgate. And he turned around and said to me, if England win the Euros, Southgate's better than Sir Alf Ramsey." And I was like, you're having a mare. Like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, just because he's one, I'd argue the World Cup is the bigger achievement to win in the first place. Two, when you do something first, any tournament, the first one's always regarded as one of the best because it's the first time you've won anything. And three, I think with all the technology, the team of 66 was a fantastic team, don't get me wrong, but there are quality players also in this team. And I think the level of players nowadays, I think it's much more of an achievement, 66. And I looked at that. I looked at my mate. I said, "You are talking crap." And worst thing is he doesn't drink, so I can't even blame it on the alcohol for him.
I mean, what on earth? I don't get people's opinions on Southgate. Some people that still defend this guy. I cannot believe it. But anyway, I don't want to keep talking about him.
If he had beaten Italy in the final, would you have been Southgate in?
No, because I've never really been on board with Southgate.
Really? You wouldn't have given him another tournament? No.
No, I'm sorry. No, I've seen.
I would say bow out on a high.
He probably would have left. Yeah.
Bow out on a high rather than see yourself. What's that phrase? Die a hero or see yourself, or live long enough to see.
I mean, I'm not being funny. If you gave me the opportunity, I would drive Southgate to Manchester United right now.
No, that was a false rumour. Stop this. Nippon, by the way, you're saying about this if we would have beaten Italy. We don't win games on Southgate based on how good Southgate is. The players do it, not the manager. It's nothing to do with the manager. Why we win.
Shall I say something? If we win, Matt can relate to this as a fellow Chelsea fan. If we win the Euros, it will be very similar to how we won our first Champions League.
No.
Shit manager.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Completely different situation. One, you had Di Matteo was new manager bounce. With Southgate, he's not a new manager bounce. Southgate is just shit. Two,
shit as well though.
Two, we didn't shit. We parked the bus and played counter-attacking football, but we still played good football. Whether people want to call it 19th century football or whatever, England, as Ryan correctly said, we're just stumbling through games. We are shit. It's not on the same level.
It's these moments of brilliance by certain individuals, and we seem to get away with it so much. But for me, I don't know. I'm not commenting on Chelsea, but I do remember that. Yeah, they won the Champions League, but I did seem to think it was very lucky. But no.
And not to mention Nippon, at the moment we're beating teams like Switzerland and Slovakia. Chelsea were beating Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and all big teams. So
this is another thing, though. How lucky are we with the draws? We always seem to get a good draw.
There's no such thing as an easy game with England. Remember that.
Don't we remember 2018 where Southgate literally just sacrificed the Belgium game just so he could get the easier draw side of the draw? Like,
we didn't say easy, Nippon. We said easier. There is an easier side of the draw, and we've got the easier side.
Yeah, so. This is very much an easier side of the draw.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd argue there's not one good team, really good team on the side.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd argue actually on form, Austria are probably the best side, and then they just got knocked out by Turkey, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was surprised they got knocked out. Yeah.
Which is why, even though we've been terrible, I'm not too unconfident for Wednesday's game because I don't think Holland are very good either.
Yeah, I'm just disengaged with England at the moment. I just want a new manager. To be honest, I'm just had enough, guys. I've had enough. I just feel numb. I
just saw someone put on Twitter that Koeman versus Southgate is El Terrorist.
Oh, two bang average managers. They're going to cancel each other out.
This is what I saw. El Terrorist. Did you get it?
Yeah.
You get what they're trying to say?
I mean, to be fair, you could compare this match to like the UK general election. It's Rishi Sunak versus Starmer, two of the most goddamn awful people. You almost don't want any of them to win.
So basically, this is Koeman versus Southgate. Then one of the guys said El Terroristito.
I don't understand, but anyway.
Yeah. I mean, Nippon, who would you want to come in when Southgate leaves?
When he leaves.
And when I say this, I would say go realistic. Don't just say Pep or Klopp because people keep saying
that.
It's not
obviously
fancy.
Klopp wouldn't do it because Liverpool don't really like the English, do they?
I mean, he's also German.
Tuchel was open for it, and he's German. Who was open for the England job?
A manager can be open to something. I just don't think the FA are willing to.
Well,
they did it with Fabio Capello.
Yeah, but Fabio Capello weren't German.
Huh?
They weren't German, and two, they almost learned their lesson.
And we love the Italians now, do we?
We never go for the best manager.
No.
It's always.
We hate Italy, remember?
Third, fourth choices.
We hate each other,
not first.
Or is it not as much as the Germans?
Let's be realistic. The English kind of hate everyone for a different reason.
Right.
We hate Italy, we hate Germany, we hate France, we hate Argentina. We hate most teams for some different reason or another.
I'll tell you teams I don't hate. Spain. I don't hate Spain.
Good beer.
I couldn't. Realistically, why not try to buy out Eddie Howe? I mean, he's English. He can manage a top-level team.
Yeah, but it's going to take an awful lot of money, and the FA just won't do that.
No. I don't get me wrong. I can understand your reasoning, but he's one of the better of all the. I'm not going to call him a bad choice, but out of all the choices the FA are going to have, it's probably the best. But as I said, the FA are not going to spend the money.
In the Champions League as well.
I mean, let's be honest. If you think how much Newcastle were trying to rinse United just to let Dan Ashworth go, let alone Eddie Howe.
So, say how much would Newcastle slap on Eddie Howe? If
I would say, considering effectively Porto setting the benchmark of Amarin's release clause being 30 million, I'd say it'd be around that.
30 million.
And
Not
that
bad for a Champions League level coach.
It is FA. They are tight. They will not spend that amount. I'm sorry.
Nip it. No one's ever paid that high a release clause for a manager before.
Yeah.
It will not happen. I mean, I don't even know what Eddie Howe's contract is. I mean, at the minimum, it would be buying out his contract, but Saudis will want more.
How long does he have left on his contract?
Let me have a look.
Into 1 year. I think he's into his final year, isn't he? Mind you, I don't think they'd. Maybe they would run it down, but I thought they'd maybe put him down another deal. Not too sure, really. Must be it. I thought I heard it would have. Could be wrong.
Well, his original contract was due to end in 2024, but he signed a new multi-year contract in August 2022. So you're probably saying at least 2-3 years, potentially.
Yeah. No, it's not happening, I'm afraid.
I mean, I think it will probably be someone like Graham Potter.
I mean, to be fair, I'd take anybody at this point, but I don't agree.
Potter is a huge upgrade to Southgate, but it's
huge.
It is.
He can't manage the big egos. He showed that.
Nip in.
Imagine him trying to manage Jude Bellingham.
Yeah,
Imagine him trying to manage Saka.
Nip it.
Imagine him trying to
This
manage
shows
Saka.
how crap Southgate is that I'm saying Potter is that higher, that huge of a difference.
Yeah. I have no words. I just take anybody. To be fair, I'm not complaining about Graham Potter. Get him in. I'd rather him over Southgate. Anybody.
Someone joked to me the other day, give it to Neil Warnock for a year or two. And that made me laugh because I was like...
We love Neil Warnock. Proper Yorkshireman. We love him for you. We do. I'd take Neil Warnock.
Oh, I looked at it. I was like, I probably would.
Besides, like, rivalries aside, I feel really bad for certain players. I feel really bad for players like Tony Kroos,
Oh, yeah.
Thomas Muller, and what's the other one? Pepe Manuel Neuer. I mean, like, they didn't deserve to go out like this.
Yeah, I agree.
But unfortunately, that is tournament football and tournament football at the highest level. I mean, look. You in the matter of one round, you've seen Ronaldo go out. You've seen Kroos, Muller, Neuer all go out. There's no one born Turkey or I mean, and these are players, and as you said, they're probably never going to play.
Don't forget Pepe. Pepe is a legend.
A lot of the younger ones have many tournaments ahead of them. Like
but I'm saying the guys I mentioned, that's probably their last tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if Kroos wasn't retiring, he would have at least the World Cup left in him. If he decided not to retire.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Nipping, sometimes players, they like to bow out at their best, so they don't get. So everyone remembers them as that one player.
So maybe he saw. Maybe he didn't want to see himself become the villain.
Not the villain, but you get players that just fall off, and some players are desperate. Like they'll play in. They'll go down to like second, third, fourth division just to keep playing football. Some people are just like,
Tony Kroos would ever drop that low.
Yeah, but Tony Kroos is only 34, so it's quite.
He's only 34.
It's not young, but it's not old, is it?
I would have taken him at, I know Matt disagrees with me on this, but I would have taken him at Chelsea just for the experience.
No, I wouldn't disagree with that.
You disagreed with Modric.
Yeah, I think Modric's way is too far gone at 38 to do it in the Premier League. as a midfielder.
Yeah, I think this was Modric's last tournament.
I remember because you had this conversation. You went, "Oh, but Thiago Silva's 39 and can do it." I'm like, "Yes, but a centre back and a central midfielder are completely different positions."
Yeah.
And the energy of midfields nowadays, especially with Klopp's almost gegenpressing, even Pep's, Arsenal's, but the energy of midfields nowadays, you can't have people that aren't able to do it. And Modric, I don't think would be able to do it week in, week out. Especially if you have someone like
been able to week in, week out in the Premier League.
For a year, probably. I think at 34, he's probably at the edge of we'll be able to do it for a year and then stop. But even then, you don't know. He could not do it. But I think with these players, you have to have very energetic players around them to compensate. And in Chelsea's case, you've got Enzo already, who's not the most energetic running around player as it is.
He's not energetic.
No, I don't think. And Enzo's not someone that you're going to see busting a gut around the whole pitch every 5 minutes.
But do you think energy is everything?
No, but you do need it in the midfield.
Fair
you
enough.
can't. You can have luxury players like that, like Enzo, but you can't have a whole midfield of luxury players.
Oh,
That is one of the reasons why, and this is taking a tangent, to Chelsea, why Dewsbury Hall has been signed. Because he can do that, plus he's actually technically good, unlike Gallagher.
Do you think regular game time for Chelsea will get... Do you think he'll get an England call-up at some point, Dewsbury Hall?
Remains to be seen. You see how he does.
He's got a better chance now at Chelsea, that's for sure, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's the thing. He of course, being in the top six,
Palmer
top
will
of the
score
big
the
six.
winner in the final. Yeah, that's if we get to the final. And I'm kind of scared about facing Holland, I'm not going to lie.
I am not. I was more scared of Switzerland than I was of Holland.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I am serious. Switzerland are a very organised team.
So you're taking a midfield of Xhaka, I don't know who their other midfielders are, over a midfield of Xavi Simons, Gini Wijnaldum, and Rangers. You rate Switzerland?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, look how great Xhaka has been this season. Xhaka has been one of the best centre midfielders in Europe this season.
You don't
Whereas
rate
you're looking at. I'm going to go through a stat. Xavi Simons has been crap this entire Euros. Wijnaldum is playing in the Saudi league and is not up to it. I don't even know the other player you mentioned.
Rangers. He plays for AC Milan.
Don't know who he is. So, I think Xhaka's better than all three.
Yeah, no, but they're still dangerous, Netherlands. I think Simmons, yes, he's been bad, but I think he's still got a quality that can, And plus, they did come back tonight, guys, from 1-0 down. So they did show character. Yes, it was against Turkey, but they still showed that character to come back. So I don't think it's going to be easy, especially when we're playing so badly as well. So no.
I would just argue they're not really playing that well either.
But we're not either, so we're going to cancel each other out. So
do you think Southgate will make it easy for them? I know it's not going to be easy for either of us, but do you think Southgate is dumb enough to make it easy for the opposition?
Yeah.
He's
not. He's reactive, not proactive
with
his substitutions, and that's the difference. That he does make it easy for the opposition. If you're not, when everybody else can see he's changing, freshening up, and he consistently waits and waits and waits, that is making it easy for the opposition because the opposition are making substitutions first, so they've got the upper hand first.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think Southgate. I mean, we've seen it over multiple games that we've lost over the years, where Southgate is reactive. Even like when we score, we go into this reactive. We're not going to be proactive and go and win the game. We just hold it out, and you saw that against France. You've seen substitutions wise against Italy, Croatia. Especially that we score early, we're in front, and then we just go.
Yeah.
No, never mind.
It's the same pattern. Even today, though, even tonight, though, where we equalised, and we could have gone for that goal in the extra time, but we decided to just set up the penalties.
It's almost. I'm almost at the point of I don't mind just being like 0-0 for a while, because I find that as soon as we score an early goal, it screws us over. I don't mind scoring second half goals because there's less time for us to screw it up after.
Southgate will find a way to do that. But I don't know.
Yeah, of course.
I'm just tired of this manager. I'm disengaged.
Yes, well, Southgate will find a way to do stupidness.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll just find a way to do stupidness. We know this.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm running out of battery, so I don't know how I'll continue. I might run out of battery any moment.
Oh no.
Nippin, you're not prepared.
No, it's on now. I'm streaming on my iPad, but I'm using my hotspot. Hang on. And the phone's battery is running out.
Oh, okay.
Hang on, I might not be able to show my face again in the stream.
You should have had like a battery pack or something.
And
I think he forgot it.
A battery pack ran out of battery too.
Oh.
Nippin, spare battery pack. Come on. Got to be prepared.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. I'm trying to find a place to rent one. Right. So I'm just going to have to stream on the go, like just walking.
Yeah, I mean, Nippin just does what he wants.
Right, well, I don't know.
Okay, I found a socket where I can charge my phone.
You still in Westfield, Hayden? Nippin.
Yes, I am. Sorry. Yes, I am.
What time does Westfield close?
I think the doors stay open all night, but the shops close at around 9 p.m.
Is it a shopping centre? Westfield.
It is a shopping centre.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's late. What is happening?
Yeah, I was going to say, I was like, surely they'll kick you out at some point.
They have to close the doors. They can't just leave it open.
Yeah, don't leave it.
I'm
Right.
This is when Nippin finds out all the doors have been locked and he's locked in.
Oh no! Imagine if that actually happened. Oh my goodness.
We'd not let that happen.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't. So now I think it's time we review the game we've all been dying. Well, I say dying with the biggest amount of sarcasm to review. England versus Switzerland. Is it coming home?
Nippin, stop this. Just stop this. It might. We're still in the tournament, but it's not going to be because of Southgate. In spite of him, don't forget that, Nippin.
Nippin. Yes. Yes.
I'm just. I'm being sarcastic. Don't worry.
Until it's not over to the fat lady singing. So far, fat lady isn't singing yet.
Okay.
Even if we get to the final, we're going to bottle it because we've got a manager that doesn't have a clue, and we're going to be facing probably Spain. I don't want to rule out France to be fair, but I think Spain will get to the final. So yeah, we've just got no hope of winning this. I'm sorry.
We'll see. You never know.
I don't know what to think anymore.
Stranger things have happened.
It would be the luckiest win in international history if we win. I think.
I mean, as I said, seeing Portugal win the 2016 Euros like they did.
True. Oh yeah, true.
It's possible. I mean, the Euros is full of unlikely winners, whether it's Greece, Portugal, Denmark, who didn't even qualify for the bloody competition, but thanks to Yugoslavia falling apart, they come in at the last minute. There are plenty of these ones where the unexpected happens, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it ain't over till it's over.
I mean, Nippin, do you think it's coming home?
If we reach the final, then we'll talk. Put it that way. We have to get past the Netherlands first.
Nippin, you're sitting on a fence. Don't like this. Just simple yes or no.
A cautious yes.
Still find a way to cling onto that fence.
Oh my goodness, I can't. You still said yes. You still said yes. I can't believe it. Nippin, what?
Okay, you know what? Fine, yes. Fuck it, it's coming home. How about that?
Oh, Nippin, no, just no.
Hey, I don't believe it. I don't believe it, but you wanted an opinion from me, no?
You should say, no, he's not coming home, because we should not get our hopes to win it if it's not going to happen. Anyway, I don't think it is. And yeah, I'll stick by it. Mind you, I said we were going to lose tonight, but we didn't. I just don't have any confidence anymore. I'm sorry, I just don't, and that's why I thought we were going to get beat tonight.
Zane says the performance was definitely better, just not best in an improvement from the... Yeah, I get that.
That's not saying much, because we've been dreadful.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You can, when you're at rock bottom, you can get a little bit better, but it doesn't mean it's good.
Exactly.
I do agree with Zane. I do think I think we seem to be a bit more in control for most of the game. I found we weren't just first 4 games. We were just losing the ball in stupid positions. In fact, there was times we just couldn't keep the ball at all. But I found we kept the ball a lot better today. Whether it was because of the
I said something quite crazy on Twitter, which a lot of people will find outlandish, is that I think I'm more confident when we go 1-0 down than we do when we go 1-0 up.
Niffin, we were kind of saying that while he was gone. We said I'm kind of happy that at least that when England we're 0-0 for a long period of time, we start doing well at the end because there's less time to mess it up. When we score early, we're screwed. We screw ourselves up.
Yeah, quite literally.
When you look at games like Croatia, Italy, all games where we scored early and then look what happens.
What were your thoughts on that game then? I'm asking both of you.
Well, look, I thought it was more of the same. Yeah, I know people might say it was slightly better. It probably was, but I go back to it. We didn't have a shot on target until, however, so we didn't test the keeper. I don't know when our first shot on target, it was around, I think it was probably around 70 odd minutes that we got our first shot on target or something like that. So we may have kept the ball better, but we didn't do anything with it. And no, I thought it was a poor performance, and I just felt like we got lucky again, really. And like I said, again, going to penalties, it was pretty much a lottery. However, what I will say, those penalties that we had was outstanding. The 5 penalties we took were really strong, really good, and the best I've seen, to be fair, from anyone.
It was not one penalty I looked at and went, like they were all very good.
Yeah. So,
in consideration that there was no Harry Kane on the pitch, no Phil Foden on the pitch. Did Jude took a penalty, didn't he?
Yeah, Jude, Cole Palmer always scores.
Jude!
Too good.
I looked at it as soon as I saw Cole Palmer taking the first penalty. I thought, "Oh, is this gonna bite me in the arse?" Watching this, because he always scored penalties for Chelsea, and my cousin is a West Ham fan, and he's the type of deluded West Ham fan that thinks West Ham won the World Cup. So that shows his level of football thinking. And when I was trying to say, Palmer should play more.
I have to be careful about what I say. I'm in West Ham territory.
Ooh, be scared. Don't say anything bad about West Ham.
Nifford, I live in Essex. This is just full of West Ham fans. So.
I am literally a 15-minute walk from the Olympic Stadium.
Oh, really?
You're further out.
I know I'm further out, but they all live around here. It's still bad enough.
But no, I think I kind of summarised my thoughts anyway. Not particularly happy, but we stumbled through once again and got very lucky. So I think I've kind of summarised my points.
Yeah, I mean, I probably broadly agree with Ryan. I think, as I did say, we kept the ball better, but as Ryan said, we didn't really do much of it. I thought the only person that was really effective was Saka. Bellingham in flashes. Again, it just all seemed disjointed. And the one thing I will say, and I said it last time, and I will say it again. There's now no Spurs fans in the stream to disagree with me, but Kane, I don't wish injury on anyone, but if he is injured, that might be beneficial, because I was almost screaming when he just would drop right back, and as soon as England would have attack, there's no one to pass to up front because he's still in defence. But I do not need you to defend. Go up top. Stay.
I don't understand it. And yeah, by the way, big up to Saka. Great goal. Really nice goal. That. Really impressed by that goal.
And that's the thing. I understood it at Tottenham, and I understand it if you have players like Gordon, or if he's playing up front with Ollie Watkins, who will run in behind, then it's a bit more understandable that he might drop back and then players push forward. But he hasn't got that. None of these players, are maybe Saka, are going to run in behind. Just stop it. Just stop it.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, isn't it?
But especially with this back injury that I think he's still struggling with, he doesn't have the energy to really do it anyway. And I think, I know a few people said, but he scored a couple of goals. I'm like, yes, but who says if Tony or Watkins wasn't playing, they might not have got into them positions and scored, or in the broader game might not have had a greater effect. I think we're not at the point where it's Harry Kane and there's no one else. We've got two very capable Stratford International Stadium.
So how would you utilise Kane? You're talking about Kane. So you think that Kane shouldn't be starting?
I just think if he's not fit, don't start him. And that goes to all players.
Yeah.
It's up to the manager again to decide that, because I've done it as a player myself. If the manager asks me, Matt, do you want to play? I could have one leg and I'd be like, yeah, boss, I'll play, because you want to play as a footballer, especially in these tournaments. It's up to the manager to go, actually, you're not fit. You might want to play, and I respect you for wanting determination, but you're going to be a detriment to the side because you're not fit. And you've got two good strikers in Watkins and Tony that both can do completely different things.
But that involves being bold and brave, and that's not what Kate does. So I'm afraid
this comes back to the overall function of Southgate is the problem.
I haven't. Sorry.
I like Watkins. I'm really a big fan of Watkins. I would have liked to see a bit more of him, but yeah.
I mean, the most criminal thing was when we went 1-0 down. The sub Southgate made, I actually was like, these are pretty good subs, but you should have done them about 10-15 minutes before. Just for amusement.
Yeah, no. Wait till we're 1-0 down before making something. Yeah, good one. But I'm tired of repeating myself now. So yeah, yeah, it's one of those. With
I did. I want one player will shout. I did think.
Big up
Konza-
Molina.
pardon?
I did think Konza was playing quite well.
Yeah, Konza did well,
Because-
didn't he?
Because again, it was a thing of how's Konza going to do? He's just come
Yeah.
in, and but before the tournament, all the debate was, how good is our defense going to be, or how bad is it going to be? And I actually found Gay's come in done quite well. Konza's come in done quite well. I don't think defence is as big a problem as we think it is, especially the fact you've got people like Bramthwaite, Tamori, who haven't even gone, who are also decent young centre backs.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Them two have been out. Well, Gay, especially Gay's played more, but I think he's been our best defender for me out of the defence. I'm sorry,
Stones looks like the player that's just come into the team.
He's been woeful. Kyle Walker for me, he's looked very poor for me as well.
Again, he looks off. He did have an injury towards the end of the season as well. I think a few of these players are just
they've just gone out there. They just had a long season. I get it. Yeah. And Shaw came on tonight, didn't he? Shaw came on and looked okay.
Yeah, he looked okay, but that shirt was a bit tight. It was a bit.
I didn't actually see that well.
But he did look good, tidy, and I think even just bringing Shaw on, you can just see that it opens up that left side much more because it's a natural left-footed. I mean, Trippier, I don't think he's done a terrible job. I mean, he's done the best he can, but the problem is with Trippier, he's always going to cut on to his stronger foot, which by the time the chance to make a pass forward is gone, and then therefore he always goes back to the same centre back that's passed to him. And it's not his fault. It's just the mechanics of football.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that Trippier has just not looked comfortable at that left hand side. Obviously, it's understandable because obviously he's not left-footed, so he can't really. But no, I think Shaw, for me, has to come into the next game and start. It might be a risk, but I don't know.
What is the harm of putting him on? If say he comes on and he gets injured early in the game, yeah, it's a bad thing for United, but I'm not a United fan, so I don't care.
But it's not about that though. It's not. If you rush a player back, it doesn't matter who you play for your club, right? It may ruin his kind of, because he's been injury prone quite a bit, hasn't he, lately? So it'll set him back even further, and it's like you've got to think about the player rather than who he plays for. I mean, I don't know. I think.
I just think it's criminal that he didn't take another left back.
No, I do. I said that. You should have brought Ben Chilwell for me.
Yeah. I mean, I even said, because obviously me being a Chelsea fan, I've seen Ben Chilwell play absolutely shit for the most of the season, and again, injuries has been his problem as well. But and again, you have to be bold to make these sort of decisions.
Yeah.
But Leif Davis for Ipswich in the Championship has been fantastic, and a fantastic attacking left back. It's these sort of decisions that you make and be like bold and go, he's good enough. And it doesn't. Sometimes you got to look at it. You got players like Yamal who are like 17 playing and starting Euros games and smashing it. It doesn't. This whole age and experience doesn't necessarily matter. If they're good enough, they're good enough. And I think, yeah, you can take Shaw if you want to. You can take even if it's a thing. If you start maybe Trippier because he's a bit more of the experienced player, but if now you see it's not working, you just bring Leif Davis in, or you've got Mitchell from Palace.
A good point. Yeah,
you've got options there. It's just Southgate's decided not to. I mean, even at the point, Konza and Gomez have both played left back.
I'm not a fan of.
Can you still hear me?
I'm not. I don't get me wrong. I'm not a big fan of them, but in terms of the football mechanics, it's still going to be better than Trippier.
No, I think Gomez is woeful.
No, but it's just you'll get the ball forward quicker. And
I mean, I don't know. I think he could. I don't know. I get what you're saying, but he should have just brought better options rather than.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We're stuck because he hasn't.
So. Oh, tired of talking about Southgate stuff now. If he just leaves, then we can actually just start to maybe enjoy watching our national.
So,
Anyway.
are you? I've asked Matt this already. I'm going to ask you, Ryan. Are you confident going into the Holland game?
Ranelagh Road.
Well, no, I'm not being confident going into any game. Well, I wasn't confident going tonight, so I don't feel confident going to the next game. No, I'm not. I get what you say. I get what people are saying about obviously Netherlands aren't that great, but I still think they're very good. I don't think. I think they showed some character in this game tonight, and also, they have scored a number of. I know people saying they've missed a lot of chances, but they have scored. What is it now? They've scored 5 goals in 2 games, so they still have scored. Obviously, the chances that they've created and had is obviously going to be massive, but because they have missed so much. But no, I'm not. I am fearing the worst again, but I feared the worst tonight, so I don't know if you should be asking me that. But I just don't have any confidence with this manager, unfortunately, we've got. So that's why I never really have confidence. Oh, he's lost signal maybe again.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I mean,
but that's just my view.
I'm just interested for the next tournaments, and hopefully there is someone in that is. Well, there will be someone in better than Southgate, but hopefully someone that's not just better but competent. Because I think even just having an average manager, I still think you look at the top team. Didier Deschamps is not that great a manager, really.
No.
I don't even know who the Spain manager is.
It's that De La Fuente. He's been the youth coach manager at Spain. Obviously, stepped up. So
yeah. I think again, not a world class manager. Nagelsmann is probably the biggest kind of manager in terms of I've done stuff, but even then he hasn't really done much.
No.
You don't really need. I mean, Portugal have got fucking Roberto Martinez, who's just infuriates me. He is a manager that I would say. I wouldn't say that I prefer Southgate, but it's a sidestep. I would not let him.
How does he keep getting jobs, Robert? And for me, we just need a manager that can just handle the players.
Yeah.
Correctly. That's all we need. We don't need an elite manager. Like you say, we just need somebody that can.
I don't think these players are. I mean, if Southgate can handle these players in terms of mentality way, I don't think they're that difficult a squad to manage.
I don't think he can handle the big egos of the group, though. I
mean, in the sense that it does seem there is some.
These players just need to be mollycoddled, and anytime you get angry with them, they just cry and throw their toys out of the pram.
True, yeah.
But I'd argue Southgate probably doesn't get angry at players.
But that goes back to him. He's letting them do what. So there's no kind of. Maybe I'm going off.
That's probably why the players like him.
There's no control of the dressing room, and I just think you need that. And if you're just letting people just behave and do what they want, it's not really helping. Is it?
As I said, if we get an average manager in, as you said, as long as they can control the players, I think we go win the World Cup.
Yeah, because we all know we've got the players, and this is not being arrogant. It's not being arrogant.
Like even then, the amount of players we're potentially missing in the squad as well. Even imagine having fully fit Shaw back. Imagine having a Reece James that can actually get back on the pitch. Reece James at his top level on that right side, arguably the way Walker's playing right now would start ahead of Walker and would settle that right back argument. As you said, you've got people like Tomori, Brownthwaite that haven't even made the tournament. Whether you rate Harry Maguire or not, again, not at the tournament. There's people like Grealish that have not not come to the tournament for
He's
other
got-
reasons.
yeah.
Madison, whether you rate these players, everyone rates these individual players or not. These are all players that are big players that are missing out for one reason or another. And then there's players that are still coming through the ranks that will be coming through that again not playing. So it's almost it is the. I don't want to say it's the dream job, but you've got such a pool of players. It's similar in a way to the French team.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I remember it was 2018. They put 3 different French squads out, and all of them looked like squads that you probably could win the World Cup or win the competition with, or have at least a good chance of. And almost, I think you do. There are some positions that are lacking a little bit, but England have a very good set of players.
But, yeah, exactly. But I think we need a manager that does like to attack a bit more, and not allow the players freedom. I know you're saying about the banger, if you get an average manager, that's fine, but we still need a manager that will allow these players to attack and give them the freedom to play their game, if you get me. So, I don't know.
And that's where I think someone like, again, we're going back to the Eddie Howe debate. I think Eddie Howe would do that. He's not the best manager in the world, but I think he would allow these players to spring out a little bit more.
Yeah, true, but I don't know who else is available. Obviously Graham Potter, but I just.
I mean, they keep repeating the same rumor that they might bring Lee Carsley up from the under-21s. Because obviously I did that with Southgate.
But that's very uninspiring, isn't it? It's not going to excite people, is it?
No.
It's just going to be the same with
But that would be, we're talking about the FA being cheapskate. That's the perfect cheapskate way, because it's just self-promotion. Probably don't have to pay him that much more than he is on anyway.
Yeah, just not thinking about the success of the nation, of course. But, dear. I wish we had a competent FA, but obviously we don't.
But do you think Graham Potter will play attacking football?
I don't know. You're the best guys, so I don't know.
I mean, I'd argue Potter does play attacking football. The problem with Potter's teams is both Brighton and Chelsea seem to be very not clinical. Whether that's just he happens to have two teams that are very not clinical, or whether that is part of just his management. Because again, De Zerbi, Brighton, when De Zerbi came in, they started scoring a lot more goals and started being a bit more clinical. Not completely clinical, but better. Same a little bit with Pochettino, not so much because Chelsea's just the basket, but a different animal in terms of messed upness. But I do think Potter's philosophy itself is attacking, if you can call it. It's not all out attack, but it's much more attacking than Southgate and most managers we've had.
Yeah. So yeah. No, fair enough. I didn't really know, but like I say, I think is he a manager that if you go ahead, you'll kind of sit back, or will he want more goals from his teams? Or how? I don't know. Because if he's one of those, then it's just going to be the same, similar to Southgate. But for me, I'd take anybody at this point. Honestly, I said it before. I'm just.
Do you think though that he will suit our squad, Graham Potter?
I don't know. Who else is there that could potentially? I know obviously we mentioned a few names, but I just.
Thomas Tuchel.
He might be an option, and he does actually like. From what I've seen, I think he might be quite attacking. Maybe I'm wrong, but.
And the thing is, I think the thing is with Tuchel as well. He's a decent tournament manager. I mean, especially with Chelsea, got to both domestic cup finals, won the Champions League, won the Club World Cup, Super Cup. But the problem with Tuchel was over the league format, he struggled a little bit more. But when it comes to cup competitions, he seemed to have that. We were a completely different animal in tournaments.
X Factor. So, I think we've covered all the quarterfinals. Have we done? We've done Netherlands, Turkey, haven't we?
Yeah.
We touched upon it, didn't we? Yeah.
So, guy, I'm just looking through the odds for next England manager. So it's Graham Potter, favourite, and you got Eddie Howe.
Okay.
Pochettino's been thrown in there. Klopp, Parsley. They've thrown Guardiola in there as well, and then you've got your.
He ain't leaving City. Guardiola ain't leaving City.
And then your kind of outside ones are Roberto Mancini, Thiago Motta, Deschamps, Michael Carrick,
Thiago
Ralph
Motta.
Rangnick.
He's just joined Juventus.
These names, what? I mean,
when I say outside shots, these are all the 35, 40 to ones. Yeah.
I think Pochettino. Will Pochettino be good fit for England?
Actually, I wouldn't be against it.
But does he not bring the Spursy gene out?
Oh, stop it, Nippin.
No, Nippin, stop this rubbish. Everyone that goes to Spurs is set up to fail, so that is it. So I don't think we should judge him on Spurs.
Stop it.
Okay.
And plus, he did well with Spurs to a degree.
Yeah. So, early thoughts on the semi-finals. So, one we have France versus Spain.
Yeah.
And then we have England versus Holland.
I think the Spain v France game has the potential to be able. Obviously, I know France has been poor, but I've always liked watching Spain play, so I think it'll be a good game. Like I say, Spain will probably win that. Well, I'm going for Spain to win. And then the England game, yeah, I mean, I don't really know what will happen in that game, but yeah.
I just hope we get the job done in 90 minutes.
We just won't, though. We just like to drag it on. We just like to drag it on into extra time, like it always. Anyway.
Yeah, we never like making it easy for ourselves, do we?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Thursday I've got a very early morning, so I do not want to stay up late watching it at the 8 p.m. kickoff going to extra time penalties.
Oh, wait, are we the 8 p.m. kickoff?
But yeah, both games are on 8 p.m.
So wait, are they on the same day?
No, Tuesday and Wednesday.
So wait, we're the Wednesday game, aren't we?
Yeah, we're Wednesday, and then France, Spain Tuesday, because obviously they played yesterday.
Okay.
And then the finals on Sunday.
So yeah, then the finals on Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it on Sunday? Yeah.
Sunday, I think 3 o'clock.
It would be so ironic if France won the final. Because you know what the 14th of July is in France?
No.
Bastille Day. It's a public holiday in France.
Oh, is it? All right.
So they're basically just trying to set this up. I mean, to be fair, with the way France is going, there might not be much for France to go back to. All these.
No, I think this is the end of the road for Deschamps if they go out.
Yeah.
It would. To be fair, it would be a typical FA thing for them to go, "Oh, Deschamps has won a World Cup, so let's just get Deschamps."
But would he want to? Would he want the job?
I would argue, where else is he going to get a job?
I think
that's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, unless Luis Enrique flops and PSG decide to get rid of him,
that could be a potential. But other than that, I don't see him going anywhere else.
Marseille.
Marseille changed their manager like the day changer. So I mean, I wouldn't want to go to Marseille as a manager. I mean, they've just signed De Zerbi, so he won't go there in the near future.
Right. So, what? So I think that's all that's covered. So before we finish, Matt, where can we? And plus, I need to speak to both of you off stage as well. But before we do that, Matt, where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at MattJBall98, and then you can find me on the Blue Co Project podcast on Spotify and Apple.
Ryan?
Yeah, you can find me on my YouTube channel, Huddersfield Town on TV. It's just right there, guys. And then on my Instagram and Twitter, HTFTV8 on Instagram and Twitter. So yeah, you can find me there. But yeah, great show, and thanks for having me. But yeah.
And you can find me on all those socials ticking below. You can also find me as a semi-regular, almost a cameo-ist on Worldwide Chels. Big up Sadiq. You can also find me as a semi-regular on Football Carnage TV ran by Grizz Khan. And you can find me on pretty much every call-in show in the football content world. And with that being said, we shall see you all for the preview of the semi-finals. Laters.